All right, so before I even start the reading, let me tell you what I'm looking at right here is Rider-Waite, and it feels like somebody's feeling hopeless, and it feels like they are stuck, but they don't know what's keeping them stuck. They can't quite pinpoint what the problem is, and this is somebody who is having the hardest time seeing what's in front of them, and they're not exactly blinded, but they can't see what's in front of them, and all they want to do is escape. So I want to open this up with that. But this is the Daily Tarot Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for August 31st, 2022, also being timeless. We're about to approach the Ber months. So this is Ber Eve, if you really want to think about it. This is a general collective read. Never force these to fit your life. You can drop it and run away with your arms flailing if you'd like, or you can stick around and enjoy the show. It might be informative, it might be entertaining, but it is general collective. Again, you don't have to force any of this to fit your life. Don't. You can let it fall away. If you have questions about booking a private reading of any kind, go ahead to the beginning or the end or to the description. There's all the ways of contact, and you can ask about the services I provide, see what might be right for you. In any case, yeah, I'm never going to contact you about booking a session. You can, I'm never going to initiate it. If I am, I want you to know it's probably a spam profile. Never give your private information. Mess with them. Send me the screenshots because it's always hysterical. And I don't know, I really want to get this reading underway because all I see right here is somebody who seemingly wants to outrun their either unknown problem or the problem that they refuse to look at. And what I see right here, there's really no excuse to be had for this. There's something that is being avoided and that somebody doesn't want to heal. They feel like it's overwhelming them. And what I'm seeing in this is they just want to be done with it. This is where you often see somebody do something drastic in their life, like it's sometimes where they completely change their image, or they're looking towards some sort of a new religion or faith. Now, I'm not saying divine intervention doesn't happen. It absolutely does. That's not what I'm saying in here. But making such a drastic night and day change, like a flip switch, it's never going to be genuine in that sense, or it's very seldom going to be genuine in that essence. So I gotta ask, what exactly do you find yourself not wanting to face and that you actually want to run away from? So this, it feels like a really sour point in your life. We have the lesson you can and can't escape. This is such a pain in the arse. We have the Ten of Swords here. This is the bottom of bottoms. There's such despair. There's darkness that moves every sense of confidence, that is smothering your confidence and your healing and your sense of security. You want to get up, but it feels like every time you get up, it's another sword in your flippin' back. You know, fill in the blank. It doesn't have to be sword, but we have Ten of Swords right here. This is, tell me one instance when this is the card that you want to get as the outcome that's good for you. No. Like if it's happening to someone else and this happens to be like the worst character in the universe in whatever movie, sure, awesome card to have. It's an indicator that, you know, they suck and they're going to lose. This is talking about the hardship that you are going through. And it's like, you keep missing the lesson on this. It's this cycle that keeps going around in your life. What are you missing? Like you can't get clarity on it. So I understand why you would want to just completely say F this crap and, you know, run. You know, I'm gonna kick some dirt over this and go. You kind of can't. I see the urge to do so, and in fact you might actually have an experience where I'm never gonna be like this again, I'm never gonna do these things. Plop. You can't avoid it. And that's one of the biggest pains that I, you know, have when doing a private reading for somebody is there's work that needs to be done and it's like nobody knows what to do. And it's like, well, okay, How am I supposed to keep working on something? Well, you gotta keep doing what you're doing. Great, I've been doing it for a while. How much longer? Oh, it's gonna be a while. It's so incredibly frustrating, isn't it? There's literally nothing that you can do at times but to keep on keeping on. And that is the most not helpful way. You are in purgatory. You're in a mental or emotional purgatory. Nobody wants to stay there. Not one person. It's the waiting ground, waiting for something to happen. You need to do something, you can't stand not doing something. It is one of the biggest frustrations in getting comfortable, being uncomfortable with that. And, you know, I hate saying that to people during their sessions because it's like, it's not helpful. They don't want to hear it. They're not going to be receptive and they just want to give up. My dear, you do not have the capacity to give up in this. You don't have the ability. I mean, you may want to try. I do see you trying to outrun this or have a complete overhaul, a do-over, a makeover, a reinvention of sorts. And Spirit's like, that's cute. No, you can't outrun this. So let's look at the grand scale of why this is happening. And okay, so Wisdom of the Oracle is wanting to come out. How much more can you lose? That's fun. There's nothing that you can do. And how much more can you lose? You're experiencing a lot of things kind of just closing off and ghosting in your life. You're probably not talking to an entire crowd of people, or people just keep going silent in your life. That's backbreaking. It is. And I don't want to pretend that this doesn't suck, because it does. But what I'm seeing in here is there is a very specific reason why it feels like it's constant state of loss and that it's hopeless. It brings about the idea of the art of losing. I actually want you to look into this poem, The Art of Losing. When you think that you genuinely have lost something, you don't realize in which ways that you have won. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, the never-ending story. Really? Okay. Happy, the higher power. And I need clarity on what's going on with that. So apparently we need the Work Your Magic. Is it Work Your Light Oracle deck. So what is this telling you? Trust your path. If you knew what you would, how you would be supportive, what would you do? And then you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. This reading is probably going to be very frustrating with you, and you probably want to turn it off now. I'm going to ask that you stick through it because you're wanting to run in life, you want to run from this reading. Spirit's like, that's nice, it's not going to change anything, you got to experience it. So why don't we tell you how this is going to suck and tell you how things are going to change, but you got to be patient. I know, patience, that's always a thing. You got to do it. Trust your path, higher power. It's going to be a continuation. You need to know the art of losing, whether it's losing your mind and feeling like you're about to bug out, feeling like you're losing jobs, like you're losing friends, family, lovers, etc., materialism, money, whether you're losing your sanity, whether you're losing property, loss, let go. The reason why? Because I'm not even seeing it in this. This is just saying, this is what you got to do. But I look at the other cards, like the Rider-Waite that I have in front of me towards this. You have like the 9 of Cups, which is great, wish fulfillment. The 10 of Wands, which is talking about all the work that you have to get there. And then you have Temperance, right? Think about if you're a foodie like me, it's like tempering chocolate. You got to do this stupid slow, because if you try and stir this and melt it too fast, it's going to curdle. It'll taste like chocolate, but it'll be absolutely awful looking. You have the 2 of Cups. fulfillment, harmony in your life. So I see you're gonna have your wish and your want and your desire, your essence of self fulfilled, but you gotta have everything stripped away beforehand. Looking for this ideal life and being this amazing, empowered individual, it's gonna take time to get there, because you have to do all of the shadow work, all of the ages of which you have been locked in mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You have to address all of those and what was involved in it, and also getting you out of familiar territory with those places and with those people. Now, you're not going to be ghosted from absolutely everybody under the sun in a world of 8 billion people. That's not it. This is more like you're going to have this level of forgiveness, detachment, some ghosting, absolutely, and hitting a wall with everything else. It's like, can't go there, can't go there, can't go there, face this, can't go there, can't go there, can't go there, face this. Remember that time you said something stupid. Remember that time you embarrassed yourself. Remember that time that person was totally an a-hole to you. Remember all those years of people exploiting and taking you for granted. Well, this is what we're going to focus on, and why things are absolutely crap for you, but easy for them, because, well, you can't figure out what's going on behind closed doors with that. So what I'm seeing in here is you have to sit in this purgatory and think about it and dwell on it and go mad over it and have your breakdowns, your breakthroughs, your awesome ugly cries where snot is dripping out of your orifices. So this, and what does this dream look like? And I'm weirdly being pulled to the whispers of love. So what is this about? Let's look. I have 2 cards here. Like attracts like, be supportive. So you want people to show up and be there for you, but you're attracting very much of the broken aspects of you. So the whole reason why all of this is happening is because you had not been emotionally there for yourself. You had sat there in the brokenness and hiding your brokenness from yourself and putting all of your efforts into others, whether it's you being there for them, you housing them, you feeding them, you being that genuine, caring friend or support for them, giving people the shirt off your back, sacrificing the essence of yourself, and maybe making excuses for people's craptastic behavior in this. This is saying you attracted that because that was what you were harboring internally under the foundation of yourself. This is what made up the foundation. There was a shell over the foundation, and you actively wanting this different life and to be, you know, this person who had a sense of harmony in their life. You, my dear, had to actually make genuine effort to show that you could be there and for yourself, support yourself emotionally, be there for yourself. And the reason why things are closing off is because you can no longer entertain that sense of falsehood, that sense of making excuses for other people's behaviors, and kind of throwing your own self to the wolves on this. It's very emotional, and no longer throwing yourself to the wolves, and no longer not being that support of yourself, or having that standard met for yourself, in yourself, for yourself, to yourself, and expecting that from others, or having the standard of receiving that from others. These people can no longer show up in your life where you are giving that part of yourself to them. You may even feel like you just cannot reach out to certain people, and nobody's reaching out to you from that side, which is fine. Or if they are, you may even find that you're shutting them down, which is an absolute trip. I don't even think that you fully notice that. And I do feel like, and in essence, that sense of rejection that is coming through with them, since you're not letting them beat down your door and you're allowing that to be pushed away, fade away, fall away, what have you. I feel like you're internally going, like where we were talking about earlier with I think it was the 4 of Swords, if I'm not mistaken. Was it the 4 of Swords? Where's the 4 of Swords in here? Maybe this was in, no, it wasn't the 4 of Swords. Which one was it? Which one was it? I think it kind of has to go with the Ten of Swords. Yeah. I think it's going to have to go with the Ten of Swords in here. Because there was a lot of swords in this. Oh wait, it was the Ten of Swords, but also the Ten of Wands and Temperance. That's the feeling it gave me. It kind of gave me that roundabout with that one, which I know seems kind of like a stretch right now, but I keep getting like the Four of Swords and the kind of energy represented in that. And here I have to be getting from the Ten of Swords, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, but also the hardship of the Ten of Wands and the Temperance. I hate seeing the Ten of Wands with the Temperance. That definitely is giving that vibe. So you and having to go internal is reflecting on every little excursion that you had put yourself out with in the past. And it's almost like a Russian doll on here. You see this little, I want to call them an angel, because I honestly don't know if this is male or female. It has a headdress on. I don't really think that it's the hair. You can't really make out any sort of feminine or masculine features. It's kind of an all around on this. But if you look, they're kind of holding a smaller version of themselves. So for me in this, what I'm kind of getting from this is, in that sense of rejection, or the fact that you can't open up and you're closing yourself off from even absorbing these people or allowing them in, the reflection that you're doing is all your times and acts of service where you had given that aspect of yourself and gone out on a limb for others, or been that resource, that endless resource for them, and kind of getting frustrated with that old mindset and memory. And it's like you're validating that person who is begging for that validation at that time, that internal you, if that makes sense. So the be supportive is, you really had to learn to be there for yourself. You really did. The be supportive, you've gone out on a limb for so many other people. And I know that there's this idea, what you give out comes back to you. But look at the foundation that it was coming from. You were absolutely giving through this act of service as a way to feel seen, to feel heard, and to feel validated, coming from an epicenter core of feeling invisible and neglected and afraid of never being seen again. So that is incredibly hard for the evolving person that you were to carry that with them. It was pain masked with a new essence of self, and that became pain with a new sense of self. And now it's like you've outgrown that pain, and now you're a newly fresh, open wound, and you have to kind of reflect back at why the heck you have made yourself to be this continuation of hurt. So, and then in being supportive and being there for yourself and having to wait, because I know how much you're hating that, who wouldn't? You are going to be finding that balance and harmony, but you have to understand that there's so much that you still have to drop. And I think that it's events that you haven't thought about in years. I think that there's been excruciating burden that has been putting you well in over your head. And I feel like this has become the standard for you. Like you can't not do this in your head or everything's going to fall apart. But this is the very thing that you need to confront in this. In order for you to find a sense of harmony and balance and slower moving through life so you can enjoy the fruits of your labor, you're going to have to dump all the expectations that you have put on yourself that were attempts at validation from others. And you have to actually start to come back to yourself, come home to yourself, find that sense of stability and heart in yourself. This is not about romantic love readings. I know I have the Two of Cups here, but this is more about you and having to come out of your shell and the apprehension that you're feeling in doing so, but also the frustration that you are feeling with how long this is going to take. You're gonna have your wish fulfilled, but you have to learn to come home. You haven't been home in yourself for some time. And I think that you have been doing action upon action upon action for others to get a place held for you. That's not gonna work, because you'll still be in the physical place with some of these places, but you won't be present and it won't feel natural for you anymore. So this, you're gonna have to just take care of the daily bare basics. If all you can do is lay there and breathe, as much as it pains me to say this to you, then that's what you're gonna have to do, because this is a forced time of reflection. Even if you're going through the motions of the day, you have to go through this reflection, and you have to do just like the bare minimum of self to get through this. And then once you have come back home to yourself, the cycle is broken and you actually can be in the present moment. And the truth about why you had felt this is going to be coming out. And I want to get final cards. What the heck is the Rider-Waite deck? I just had it. What did I do? How am I this crazy with this? Okay, no. Is it under here? No. Oh. If you only saw my Merlin's desk. You're actually going to be enjoying the fruits of your labor. That's the basis of this. So, lesson learned, and then one just, okay. I do feel like you're giving up. What are you giving up? Giving up, I guess, looking for this ideal, or this ideal perfection of how I guess you're supposed to show up for others. The ideal people around you, the perfect people, the sense of perfection of yourself, the masculine and feminine, the waiting to be protected. I also see that there's a lot of guilt that you're going to be having from putting that pressure on and not being for yourself in that time. But I also see that this is going to be cause for celebration. I feel like you're going to have a very nonchalant attitude about expectations, and also very valiant effort on your part. This, you're going to be taking a risk with the changes in your life. And there's still a lot of guilt. People are going to be upset with it. I need to tell you this. I don't care that they're upset with it. They're going to have to learn how to take responsibility for themselves in this. And I'm not talking about, if you have like guardianship over somebody in your life. Obviously, you have responsibilities. I'm not telling you to ghost everything and flip and run like a moron. No, it's not it. I am seeing, though, that you're going to put a lot more stock into yourself, and I think that you're about to take a major risk for yourself. And what this is going to lead to is the Four of Wands, which is a celebration, truth revealed, and also massive points of, I want to say, confidence building and intuitive building, and really learning how to be vocal. Very exciting for you. It's a major rite of passage. I'm going to leave that there. So if you have questions about booking a private reading for any reason, whether it's this or for anything else, or any of the services I provide, go to the beginning, go to the end, go to the description, reach out, say hello, see what might be right for you, and we'll start setting something up. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. You are rightfully not using all of your resources at this point in time. What I see is this is more going out towards others. It's your outgoing, not necessarily your incoming with resources. And I see that there's a lot of manipulation surrounding that, not with you, but I guess what other people are getting from you in this. So I see that there's something that is coming in very fast, and this is going to be something that really kind of gets you to not only seize the moment, but move on from your sense of guilt. And what I'm seeing in here is there's a point of you making really fast neck-breaking action towards, I guess, the changes that you need to make in your life. Whatever it is this person has revealed about themselves to you, you have zero qualms in cutting them away. Do I feel like this is romantic? No, this is not about a romantic partner. I feel like this is probably about somebody who you consider to be somewhat of an authority figure and was kind of domineering in your life, and no thank you. I also see that you're going to be looking at points of reflection of when and how this person was kind of manipulative towards you. And there's a lot of mental play that is going on. And I think a lot of your new action is going to be based off of going a different route than how this person has treated you, made you feel, or pressured you in this. I think that your actions are going to be something that shows that you are standing out and speaking out, and it is actually going to get you a sense of, it feels more like abundant energy. I feel like you're getting your second wind after a big time of being really down and kind of nervous about any movement that you were making. I don't really want that for you. Somebody was kind of playing head games. Again, I don't think that this is about a romantic figure, and if it is, they're a complete a-hole. But I do feel like this is somebody who was, I don't know, domineering in your life. I'm gonna really go with that. I see that you are looking optimistic again and looking for a sense of harmony and balance in your life. And I really see that you're going to pursue something that kind of gets you more expansive. So get comfortable in being uncomfortable with this expansion, because you will be seen, you're going to be heard, and that this person actually might try and play off of that nervousness, but you've got to learn how to shut them out. So help me God. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you learn to set healthy boundaries with people, because this person sucks. And you cannot give them any more of your submission. There you go. Okay, so this is going to be a love reading, but I want to give my disclaimer. I don't care what the cards say, if it's toxic, abusive, illegal, if you've never talked to the person, if you've never actually spoken to or it's this person, like you have to be talking to them, or if there's a point of no contact on here, like you're not allowed to contact this person. If it's any of those reasons, this reading is not for you. But if you are here otherwise, and this is about a relationship, then I want you to know that your relationship has been out of harmony for a little while. And I see that this is a really strong commitment in your life. I feel like the trust has been completely broken. And it looks like you guys are taking a new path. You guys have a path in front of you. So I'm going to show you the cards that I'm looking at right now. This has been an absolute commitment, and I feel like this feels like a very spiritually based relationship. Again, go to the disclaimer. It's not for the, the other stuff. I see that somebody is really getting over their past, their karmic traumas and situations. I see that they're really going after this Two of Cups. They're ready to fully express the Two of Cups. And I see that there is major change bound. So I feel like you guys have been kind of stretched thin with each other, and it feels like you guys have had to be really brave and courageous in sticking in this, because I think that one or both really wanted to run from this relationship. But I see that you guys are moving forward on a new path, and I see that it's not quite there yet. Like you guys are still kind of in a funk for a little bit of time, but I see that you guys are fighting for this relationship, and that there's going to be a new cup of love that is offered here. I feel like the masculine character has been emotionally immature, maybe even manipulative and harsh. They're going to get their crap together because they really do want this future with you. So you actually might be the feminine. And you want to know what? That often tends to be a problem in here. Like the masculine and the power dynamic exchange, that I'm not condemning the masculine or the feminine, but the feminine, especially if it's dark feminine energy, please, I know how weird this sounds, it's not lost on me. The feminine is usually, like the safe haven and the empathetic and compassionate aspect of the dynamic. Now, we all have masculine and feminine inside of us. We do. The person who holds the more masculine is usually the one who is, action oriented, protective, and they tend to have like this air of self-containment. And not that the feminine doesn't have that, she just is more along the lines of the nurturer, the safe haven, and the compassion in this. So if you have more of the masculine, then, you know, this is talking about how they have been kind of in like this dark masculine mode and attacking and, well, okay, not physically attacking, but kind of abrasive with their emotions. So they're getting their crap together. They're getting a sense of realignment and empowerment and making this peace offering and balance with the feminine. And I think that it's this companionship, again, soul-based relationship that is really starting something that is new and fulfilling for the parties involved. And I see that the feminine is having like that awesome dark feminine moment, take charge attitude in their life. And I see that this is somebody who's going to have very healthy boundaries with the masculine, because I feel like this is something that was slightly undermined beforehand. Trust me, I know how it sounds, but this is the power dynamic that I'm seeing in the cards. And I don't want you to get hooked on titles. Please don't get hooked on titles. And let me again say, if it's toxic, abusive, illegal, if there's any sense of stalker or have orders of no contact, or if you've never spoken to them, this reading is not for you. But if it's otherwise, I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you know that the relationship is taking a new path together. It's very fruitful, and you guys are going to have a new level of happiness and intimacy and connection happening. So I hope this was helpful. Okay, so this is if you have like more of the feminine aspects to your personality or your embodiment. We all have masculine and feminine inside of us, but I see that if you have been feeling taken advantage of recently, I see that you are no longer going to just lay down and take it. I think that you're going to be very blunt and a little bit more apathetic towards people's bullcrap. But I also see that you have the 8 of Swords and the 7. So your situation is de-escalating. And I see that you're starting to realize that there's nothing that's holding you back. Old excuses are not working for you. I see that you're freeing yourself up of a lot of entitlement in your life. And I see that you are actually really going to get a lot of clarity, soar, and I see that you're speaking out. And I see that you're taking a lot of initiative and directive in your life despite other people, and you really have your ability to do anything. It's kind of like you're stepping into almost like if you have your life in front of you, everything is kind of like an a la carte in Candyland. It's like you can do literally anything that you want. I sense a genuine sense of excitement and discipline coming into your life right now. Everything that you choose to do, you are going to dedicate yourself to, whether it's relationships or self-help or building a sense of faith, a sense of well-being with you. There's literally nothing that can hold you back anymore, and you are going to be very secure with yourself. So yeah, you have to do this for you. And I think that you have been disappointed and exhausted enough to where there's no more excuses. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you know you are about to step into the most boss energy of yourself. What you are perceiving about yourself as being, I guess, your weakness or the weak link in your chain is actually your advantage. So I see that you're at a new beginning, and you need to stop rejecting who you are. This is absolute bullcrap. You need to trust that what makes you up and part of your personality is what sets you apart from everybody else, and that is such a true empowerment and strength for you. This is how you're going to make your mark. This is how you're going to be able to stay in a sense of authenticity. And this is going to have growth, wealth, abundance, just kind of flocking to you, almost to the point of being obnoxious. And I know that it's so obnoxious to even say abundance and it's all coming your way. No, but it really is. When you stop rejecting and stop condemning who you are, and you start accepting who you are, accepting your makeup, and understanding what you perceive as your weak points can actually be your strengths if you know how to work them well enough, you are literally unstoppable. And this is talking about how this new chapter, it's really all about you. It's about you and taking whatever it is that was your shame or that you were hiding, build on it. You really do need to build on this. This is not going to be something that makes you fall on your face. And in fact, I remember I was talking with a client earlier about somebody who just was incredibly soft-spoken and who was being forced outside of her nature by others to learn to be flippin' loud. And it wasn't her. So this woman was telling her, listen, this is actually your strength. I want you to work with this and recognize how soothing and comforting you are in being this soft-spoken person. You want to know what this person ended up doing? They became a holistic healer. Now, I'm not saying that, that is their card, but this is naturally what she fell into. She found a place where she could thrive and be her natural self, soft-spoken, welcoming, and nurturing with that one. I mean, you see how I am. I'm completely off the walls and absolutely sassy and sarcastic. Like, you have to find a place where the authentic you works and totally rock that. So I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you get out of your head and learn to love what sets you apart from everyone else and work it. Honestly, put your stinking self out there. I hope this was helpful. It is your new beginning. You are going to be doing a ton with this. So you hate asking others for help. Okay. What I see here is you actually do need to ask for help. I don't care if it's with people online. I don't care if it's somebody who is in your physical perimeters. You need to get help right now. Yes, you're absolutely this amazing divine human being. You work yourself to the flippin' bone. Like, what's your problem? Why is it that you always have to kind of burn yourself out in this method? It's not going to work. You need to take a break, but you're so deathly afraid of taking a break. So call in people to help you. I know that you're probably thinking, nobody's ever going to help. Nobody ever helps you. There's going to be somebody that helps you through whatever dynamic. They're literally just a phone call away. Now, I'm not telling you to get in contact with somebody who you either don't want to get in contact with, like you do not want to, or that you're not allowed to get in contact with. Use the online resources with this, but you have to also ask yourself, why is this triggering you so bad? What are you afraid of being seen as? So, for instance, I see a lot of people with, coaching, and they tend to have everything fall on their shoulders. They are there for everybody, doing everything for everyone. And they will not let anyone help them, because when they do, it somehow seemingly undermines their work or what they're doing, or they won't be taken seriously, or people just won't show up for them. So stop asking those particular people. You're going to really have to think outside the box and stop abandoning yourself, because this is putting out the mirror that you are going to be abandoned by somebody else. Show up for yourself. Be vulnerable with yourself. Be honest with yourself. And I do see that it's going to be an outlying person and resource that is going to be helping you. This is going to be something that really helps recharge your batteries, and you actually are going to jump back into the mix even stronger. So I kind of want to use the muscle analogy with this. My foot's asleep. Awesome. So when you're working out a muscle, it's not that it's getting stronger as you're working it out. You're actually breaking down and tearing up the muscle into all these bits and pieces. The muscle doesn't get strength in the workout. It gets strength in the healing process and developing new tissue. You are not getting stronger with all the work that you're doing. You're getting stronger in your recovery. So when you take that break, when you let yourself rest after all of that experience and all of that output with you, after everything is said and done, you have created these new connections to every little bit of work that you have done, and it makes something that is even more unbreakable with you. So yes, you're a person, you are a human being, not a human doing. You deserve the grace of rest, and I want you to think outside the box and look for other resources that are going to be able to help allow you to take a break, knowing that the entire world's not going to come crumbling down with it. So I hope this is helpful. Get off your high horse and go ask for help. So you're breaking generational traumas, you're breaking unhealthy chains in your life. I see that this is major, major, major disappointments that have been cycling in your life through various people and situations. Spirit keeps exposing people who are hurting you, and you got to take the hint with this. This is not in alignment. Either the situation or the person is not in alignment with you, and you are going to have to break the cycle. And it may be you who has the heavy hand in this and not them. I think that you need to make the move and not that person. So if you know, like you know that you know that you know, that there is a situation in your life that keeps hurting you, that keeps lying, keeps deceiving, why the heck do you engage in it as the same? This is not sustainable for you. And Spirit is going to keep letting it happen on an even grander scale until you learn to stop poking the wound. So what I'm seeing in this is it's time for a change in your life. Look at what the pains are. Look at how you can disengage from it. Look at the signs that they keep giving you. Now, I was talking about this with somebody earlier. I don't think it was a client. It was somebody who was telling me about their dreams, and every single one of their dreams talks about somebody who just continually lets them go. What that dream is telling them is, based off of your past experiences, you can expect this person to continue to disappoint you. So why do you put yourself in a place to be disappointed by that person? If you keep making this easy on them, if you keep exposing yourself to them in this way, nothing is going to change. You have to take away that resource from them. And I see that you are going to be breaking this chain, whether you like it or not. You have to rewrite your future, because the path that you are going on is riddled with nothing but disappointments and continuations of pain. This is not for you. So I want to see, all right, so transformation. This is happening on apparently a cellular level. You literally have to rewrite your terms and conditions and not let this have such a driving force in your life. And also, this is saying don't alter yourself to fit into that scenario, because nobody is going to appreciate it, because it's not authentic. And you can mold yourself into anything, but you can still not belong because your energy is different. So the divine guidance for you is to step away and let go of that person, whether it's family, friends, or lovers, and let yourself shine in the actual light that you are. You are not too empowered. You're not too, whatever it is that they say that you are. Stop listening to them, because they're just trying to make it a convenience for themselves. Honestly, F them. But yeah, you need to rewrite your future and stop engaging with that particular person in the same way, because the continuation of pain and disappointment will continue, and that's going to stop. At some point, it has to stop. And you are going to rewrite the future. So let's see what that looks like. Actually, I want to see what that looks like. So if you have questions about how to make that change, hit me up. I do life coaching, and I love